So, turns out I'm not as well as I thought, and maybe the alcohol has caught up with me. Liver function problems, and if anybody understands anything about, is it the kidneys? CKD 82? But they told me not to Google it, because obviously I'd worry myself. Liver will fix itself, I get that. So you just stop drinking, right, and live a more healthy lifestyle. I don't have a lot of sugar and stuff like that, so not too bad. Take some exercise, cheers. Kidneys are another thing. Now, if I've read it right, I'm just into stage 2 kidney problems. However, I could have it all wrong. The doctor is just like, can I speak to a doctor? Yeah. Speak to me in a month. You're like, really? Fuck that. So this would explain why I've got all the side effects and all the rest of it. Tired, itchy skin, loads of other side effects, but generally feeling like you've got a fucking hangover when you don't have one, all that kind of shit. Sleepy all the time. And some of you will understand more about it than I do for sure, which is kind of why I'm doing this video, because I'll read the comments in a bit. But what lifestyle change needed? Now, most of my life I've been a heavy drinker, right? No fucking shock there, you will know that, anybody who follows me. Literally from the age of 16, every weekend, flat out, and in my younger years, every day that I could get to somewhere and drink, I would. Then in my 20s, I slowed down at different parts, and then it got to 28 and I started all again, and I was heavy for quite a long time. Slowed down a bit for a while, a few years back, a year back, and then went back drinking again. But I don't drink in the week, and I don't have a craving to go and get pissed. I don't get that, not very often. I mean, you meet up for this social event and stuff like that. Once you have one, you want 10 or more. So obviously all of that over the years has cost me physically. But the point of making this video here is, you don't know that it's your liver. You don't know that it's your kidneys. What you think it is your job's tiring you, or I've been overdoing it a bit lately, or I'm getting old, or all these other things. And I'm not saying this because I'm all repentant and that. I don't give a fuck. I've had a great time, and I can fix things, and I can change things, so that's no great worry. It's more to tell you about it. Now, there used to be a thing called alcoholic fatty liver disease, all right? Because in the very early days, they associated fatty liver, which is what the problem is, I'm led to believe, with people who are alcoholic. But because of the change in lifestyle that we had from sort of 60s, 70s, 80s, and back in the day, because they've got what they call non-alcoholic fatty liver disorder, or whatever it is. They changed the name again, but they had to change it because they realised there were so many people who were drinkers who had fatty liver. But that comes from the modern day lifestyle that we have, all right? All of those fucking, like, cheap, shit, easy meals, all the products that they shove into the food to make them last longer or taste better, and all the other crap, right? The modern globalism. I mean, you must have realised, or seen, if you're my age, you saw America blow up in size, and then we followed suit. Now, they used to put this down as a Western thing. So the Western nations, the advanced nations, or whatever you want to call them, these were the people that would get fatty liver disease. Turns out now that all over the world they've got it, and a lot more, right? America's been overtaken by this, by the way, by the third world, believe it or not, because they're having all the processed foods as well. The margarines, all the easy, cheap shit food that they flooded the market with to get us unhealthy so that we would then become hooked on fucking prescription medications. It's quite evil, really. Whereas I wasn't a massive, I don't like added sugar to anything. I'm not a massive crisps and sweet person or ice cream or shit like that. Mine was purely self-inflicted by getting wankered, right? If I could change my life and go back and change it, little bits, but not all of it really, because I had a really good time, so fuck it. But it's about fixing it now and going forward. Well, the point of the video is to tell you that if you're one of these people, right, that are like you're carrying excess weight, and there's a load of other side effects that you might be having, you can have one or many, right? If you're not feeling right within yourself, or look up the side effects, by the way, right? Go and look it up. And what the point I'm trying to say here is, if you feel that you might not be firing on everything, you might have this side effect, that side effect, go to your doctors, right? Now, I don't trust doctors myself, all right? But the phlebotomists come out with you're high in this or low in that and all the rest of it. And then you can make your informed decision about where the state of play is on your health. It doesn't cost you anything. I wouldn't have gone to the doctors, right, at all, if it hadn't been for a female friend of mine that said, you need to go and get a full blood test. And I'm like, really? Well, if I hadn't, I'd have just carried on drinking like I am. Sorry, like I was. This would be the first weekend without. And would have been none the wiser, and probably would have carried on and done more damage, and it could have been irreversible. So, yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you've got any doubt, just get a blood test. It'll tell you what you need to know, and then you can make an informed choice on decisions like, do I carry on my lifestyle and enjoy myself and say fuck it, which many people do? Do I decide to calm it down a bit? Do I decide to do some exercise? Do I decide to change what I eat? Do I decide, you can make decisions, but forearmed is forewarned. Forewarned is forearmed, or I can't remember which way that goes around. But for me, I was living in ignorance. Bit like actually being blue-pilled, if you like, right? All the time I didn't know what was going on around the world. I could quite happily go about my day and not give a fuck, right? Gives a shit. I don't mind going to that Turkish barber's because I don't know that their money's going into money laundering, etc., etc. Or I don't mind doing this because of reasons, right? But the moment you realise, and then you carry on doing it, you're just fucking yourself. Same with this drinking thing. Now I know that I've done some damage, right? And I'm yet to find out about the kidneys. As for the liver, you must know now that the liver will completely fix itself. It's the only organ in the body that does that completely. Having said that, there is now new evidence. Look at that, just wandering along with its head in its phone. Fucking shit. There is new evidence now to say that other parts of the body will slightly repair themselves. Good God. So we live it out. But I've yet to find out from the doctor the exact extent. But I had a full print and looked at it and I was like, shit. And where it said type 2 disease, and I'm like, well, that's not good then, is it? But, as they said, don't read into it, because that result might come off because the liver function's fucked. So, it is, from now on, no drinking for the next, I don't know, give the body a rest for 6 months, do you reckon? The only problem is, my 50th comes up next month in the middle. And I can't actually imagine having a birthday party and being sober. I might allow myself a drink on that day, but that's it. But other than that, a bit of a life change, really, which is going to be a bit weird. But it does explain why I feel like I've got a hangover most of the time, while I feel completely exhausted, why I've been getting things like itchy skin, the occasional blurry vision, right? But that would happen on the weekend whilst drinking. And it's not actually at the point of drinking, it'd be the next day. So like now it's fine. What else? Why I've started gagging a bit. Why brushing your teeth and stuff. What else is there? Now, I could have had this a while actually, because I don't know if you remember when I've been doing YouTube about 3 or 4 years ago. I was 18 stone and I had pitting edema. I don't know if any of you know what that is. Basically, when your legs are a bit swollen up at the bottom and you press it in and it doesn't pop back out, it stays indented. That's pitting edema. That's a sign of, I think it's kidney problems. So, but that's gone away. And so did 2 Stove. So that helped. But there it is. So this is also why I don't have a lot of enthusiasm to do fuck all. You might have noticed that the content isn't been put out. I don't have any great drive for anything in life at the moment. I put it all down to being low testosterone, but it's obviously something a bit more serious than that. Iron levels through the roof. Is it ferritin levels through the roof? Good red blood cells though. Yeah. So there it is. So I thought I'd give you a heads up. But a lifetime of drinking will do that. But as I say, I don't think it's too far at the moment, so we'll see. Watch this space. But obviously, big changes now with regarding to no more binge drinking. Because it's one of those things, as I said, I don't need to drink in the week. I don't miss it in the week at all. I use it socially, so I'm going to have to change what I do socially. Be a bit weird after 32 years, 34, whatever. So yeah, there it is. But I believe in being honest on this channel, and I believe, warts and all. Now I would put the actual the printout of what the doctor said, so you could have had a look for yourself. But I don't know if that gets me in shit with the doctor, as in patient-doctor confidentiality. I don't know how that shit works. I mean, I would have thought it'd be my choice to do whatever, but just for now, I'm going to leave it. And I thought, before I do this video, I better tell my daughter as well, because better her finding out through me rather than through a video. But as I say, it's not the end of the world at the moment, and it can, much of it, be fixed. So there it is. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm always interested to hear what you've got to say. Yes, it is all my own fault. I brought it all on myself. So I don't want any fucking sympathy, that's for sure. And it's something that, if it turns out that I've got the results on my kidneys wrong because the liver's doing something, and if I can fix the liver and the kidneys are fine, then we're bang on. But if we can't, then we got to behave ourselves, haven't we? But it is what it is. Anyway, take it steady. I'll see you in a bit.